Have you ever found yourself writing the same prompt over and over again? Maybe every time you ask Claude to write a YouTube script, you have to explain your preferred structure. Maybe every time you want help with coding, you have to remind Claude about your coding standards. Or perhaps you've built the perfect prompt for research, marketing, or content creation, and now you're constantly copying and pasting it into every new conversation. If that sounds familiar, Claude Skills were built for exactly this problem. Skills allow you to package expertise, workflows, instructions, examples, and even supporting documents into reusable components that Claude can access whenever they're needed. Instead of repeatedly teaching Claude how you work, you teach it once and reuse that expertise again and again. This is one of the biggest steps we've seen toward truly personalized AI assistants, because skills allow Claude to move beyond being a general-purpose chatbot and become a collection of specialized experts tailored to your specific workflows. In this video, we're going to take a complete tour of Claude Skills. We'll start by understanding what skills are and where Anthropic documents them. Then we'll explore where skills live inside Claude Desktop, how to enable and disable them, and how Claude decides when to use them automatically. We'll also look at the built-in skills that Anthropic provides, learn how to manually invoke skills when you want precise control, and spend some time with one of the most interesting features in the entire system, the Skill Creator skill. Finally, I'll show you how to build your own custom skills from scratch and explain how skills differ from projects, so you can use both features effectively. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start building a Claude workspace that's customized to the way you work. Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. Most people use AI by writing prompts. For example, act as a YouTube script writer, act as a startup analyst, act as a software architect, and they repeat these instructions over and over again. Skills eliminate that repetition. A skill is essentially a reusable package of expertise that Claude can access whenever needed. A skill can contain instructions, workflows, examples, templates, reference documents, best practices, company standards, personal preferences. Think of it this way. A prompt teaches Claude something once. A skill teaches Claude something permanently. Instead of explaining how you work every time, you create a skill once and reuse it indefinitely. This leads to faster workflows, better consistency, less prompt engineering, more specialized outputs. You can think of skills as mini experts that live inside Claude and can be called upon whenever needed. Anthropic has shared the information about skills at the URL on the screen. We can see that Anthropic has shared the information about skills here. This article talks about the prerequisites to add and use custom skills, how to create skills, enable and disable skills, manage a skill, and a lot of other information about the skills. Now let's locate the skills section. Inside Claude Desktop, firstly let us navigate to Customize and then to Skills. This is the central location for managing skills. Inside this section you'll find Anthropic-provided skills. To access the Anthropic-provided skills, you'll have to click on the plus button in parallel to Skills and then click on Browse Skills. This will open a window containing all the skills which are shared by Claude. You can click on the plus button in parallel to the skill. Once you do that, you will then be able to see this skill in the Skills section. Your custom skills. To create the custom skills, you have to click on the plus button in parallel to the skills, and then you can use the upload and create your skills either with or without Claude. We will see more details about this later in the video. One thing many people don't realize is that you don't need to start from scratch. Anthropic already provides several built-in skills. The exact skills available may vary depending on your plan, your workspace configuration, future product updates. As can be understood from above, skills are available across free, pro, max, team, and enterprise plans, but the experience can differ depending on the plan you're using. For example, team and enterprise plans have additional capabilities around organization-wide skills, sharing skills with colleagues, and administrator-managed skills. These skills are designed to provide immediate value. Before creating your own custom skills, spend some time exploring the built-in options. You may find that a skill already exists for a workflow you're planning to create yourself. One of the most useful aspects of the skills system is control. You decide which skills are available. For disabling a skill, you need to click on the toggle button in parallel to the skill. Blue color shows that the skill is enabled now. Clicking on it will disable the skill. Again, clicking on it will enable the skill. If a skill is enabled, Claude can use it. If a skill is disabled, Claude ignores it. There are several reasons you might disable a skill. Testing prompts, comparing outputs, avoiding workflow conflicts, keeping Claude focused on specific tasks. Think of skills like members of a team. You don't always need everyone involved in every project. Sometimes fewer specialists produce better results. Now we will see how Claude automatically uses the skills when it needs them to use. You don't need to tell Claude which skill to use. Claude can automatically determine when a skill is relevant. For example, imagine you ask, create a PowerPoint presentation explaining how Claude Skills work. This can be seen on the screen as well. Claude may automatically recognize that the PowerPoint skill is needed and use it to generate a presentation. Or perhaps you ask, create a project proposal as a Word document. Again, you can see this example on the screen. Claude may determine that the Word document skill is the best tool for the task. In these situations, Claude can automatically pull in the appropriate expertise. This creates a much more natural experience because you focus on the task, not the configuration. Now let's talk about one of the coolest skills available, the Skill Creator skill. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. A skill designed to help you create other skills. Most users know they want a skill, but struggle with questions like, what instructions should I include? How detailed should the skill be? What examples should I provide? How should the workflow be structured? The Skill Creator skill solves this problem. You simply describe what you want. For example, I want a skill that helps me write professional emails. Or, I want a skill that helps me summarize long articles and documents. Or, I want a skill that helps me create study notes from educational content. The Skill Creator skill can generate purpose statements, instructions, workflow definitions, example outputs, best practices, recommended structure. Instead of starting from a blank page, you're effectively working with an AI consultant that specializes in designing skills. This dramatically reduces the learning curve. Let's now see how we can create a skill from scratch. Claude gives us 3 options to create a skill: create with Claude, write skill instructions, upload a skill. We will be using the write skill instructions from these. You can select this option when you have all the information regarding the instructions you want to give to Claude. To use this option, we will have to click on the plus button in parallel to Skills, and then select Create Skill. Then we need to select Write Skill Instructions. For this video, we will be creating a YouTube scriptwriter skill. Let us now define the 3 different sections: skill name, description, and instructions. Let us now define the name. Let us use YouTube scriptwriter as the name. Let us also give a description of this skill. Let's also talk about the instructions for this skill. These instructions can vary based upon what you want to use. You can see the instructions that we have defined on the screen. So we have defined the tone of the video. We have also included that it needs to create a hook and have sections like introduction, main content, and conclusion. Once we have updated everything, then we can click on the Create option. This will create the YouTube Skill Writer skill over Claude. This skill will get invoked when we ask Claude to use explicitly or implicitly. We will see this in the later sections. Regarding the other 2 options that can be used to create a skill, such as Create with Claude and Upload a Skill, let's discuss about them in brief. Let's use the Create with Claude option. Within the Create with Claude option, initial steps, but you choose the Create with Claude option. Once you have clicked on this, it'll give you a prompt for creating a skill. You can get more details here. Once you click on Enter, it will ask you for more details. You need to answer those details, and then it will automatically create the skill for you. Once everything is done, then you can click over the Save Skill option. We can see on the screen that it is right now processing to create the skill. It will ask us for our preference to create this skill. These will be asked in the form of questions. Let's wait for some time for this to complete the skill creation. The third option, which is available, is the upload a skill, and we can use this option to upload a skill which has been created by someone else. For Claude Skills, there isn't currently a large public marketplace comparable to app stores where people routinely publish skills for anyone to install. Most Claude skills are created privately within an individual's account or an organization's workspace. However, people do share skills in several ways, such as GitHub repositories, blogs and newsletters, Reddit communities, Discord servers, and AI communities, etc. We'll cover more on this in some other video. Let us now see how Claude invokes the skill that was created. Let's ask it to write an email to ask for the details of the business opportunity. We can see on the screen that it is now using the email writer skill. We will have to wait for some time for it to complete the operation. We saw in the last section that skills were getting invoked by itself based upon the requirement. But there are times when you want complete control. That's where manual invocation comes in. You can explicitly tell Claude which skill to use by using the statement, like use my linked in PostWriter skill. Examples. Let's just write the same on the Claude prompt, and we can confirm that the skill linked in post is being used. Let's now see the same with another example. The example now is use my email writer skill. We can see that the email writer skill is now being used. So we can manually mention to use the desired skills while specifying the prompt in the Claude. On your screen, you can see some of the most commonly used skills. It could be a YouTube script writer, data analyst, content writer, technical writer, project manager, etc. Claude skills are much more than just another feature. They represent a new way of working with AI. For years, we've been teaching AI the same things repeatedly, explaining our preferred workflows, rewriting the same instructions, and refining the same prompts over and over again. Skills change that. Instead of starting from scratch with every conversation, you can capture your expertise, your processes, and your preferred way of working and make them available whenever you need them. Whether you're creating content, conducting research, planning projects, writing emails, studying for exams, or building software, skills allow Claude to work in a way that's much closer to how you work. My recommendation is simple. Don't try to create dozens of skills on day one. Start with one. Pick a task that you perform regularly, turn it into a skill, use it for a few days, refine it, and then build from there. You'll quickly discover that the best skills are often the ones that solve your own repetitive problems. And once you start building a collection of skills, Claude begins to feel less like a general-purpose AI assistant and more like a personalized team of specialists ready to help whenever you need them. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like and subscribing for more Claude, AI, and productivity tutorials. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.